Hi, I'm Josh Morton. I'm a re-recording mixer, audio specialist. For over 25 years, I've mixed the TV shows that you've known and loved, and I hope for the next 25 years, I will continue to do so. I've been fortunate to win 5 Primetime Emmys. I started off at a company called Fairlight, and Fairlight went bankrupt in America. One of my clients at the time called me up the week after we all got laid off and said, "Hey, you want to come work for me and I'll teach you how these systems work on the other side, and I'll teach you how to mix television." We were doing Billboard Awards, American Music Awards, we did GRAMMYs, we did Oscars, all the country music awards, CMAs, ACMs, Emmys. Then later they called us up and said, "Hey, we've got this Adele special that we're going to be shooting up at the Griffith Park Observatory. Is there any way that you guys could help us out and mix that show for us?" Which was one of the most beautiful, greatest sounding shows that I've ever worked on. At a point about 3 or 4 years ago when the pandemic hit, the Grammys decided that they weren't going to be able to go live because of the pandemic situation, and they were going to post the Grammys for the first time ever. And they called us up and said, "Is there any possibility that you would be able to mix it for us?" For the post of that show, I came in on a Friday at 8 a.m. and didn't leave until Sunday at 5 p.m. I did a 57-hour shift. It was the longest shift of my entire life. We put that show together for them and we knocked it out. It was a 4-hour show that I mixed in basically 2.5 days of straight work. And it aired the next evening. I spent about 25 years working on a previous format, Fairlight, and then I took on a new job at Levels Audio, and so I had to go from the Fairlight format to the Pro Tools format quickly because they wanted me in there working with clients, working on shows immediately. Brian luckily knew Jen over here at ProMedia and hooked me up with a class that was basically Pro Tools 101 so that I could learn the basics of Pro Tools as quickly as possible. I was over here for about 4 or 5 weeks learning Pro Tools, and within a month or 2 I was sitting in rooms with clients mixing television shows. I had learned enough at ProMedia to make them believe that I knew everything that needed to be known about audio and put out a great product in the end. When the client asked me for something and, "Hey, can you do this? Can you change that?" I knew immediately how to do it, and I wasn't fumbling around like I was previously. I highly recommend this training to anybody interested in audio, anybody interested in Pro Tools. It gives you the basics, it gives you the backbone to understanding the system and being able to use it and apply it almost instantly after taking the class. I would have never been able to mix shows within a few months without this class, and I appreciated my boss sending me to the class, and I appreciate the training at the class. It was just top notch.